Flavours of Grenada breakfast extravaganza. We are going to put together today, Chef Miguel and myself, Chef Belinda, are going to put together two delicious breakfast items. And Chef Miguel is going to focus on that traditional aspect, that traditional Grenadian breakfast. And I am going to give you kind of a contemporary twist today, and we're going to show you how to make something vegan. So, Miguel, I know that you're all ready. You have all those beautiful colors there, and you're ready to go. What do you have today?
Well, today I'm going to be doing our traditional saltfish breakfast, right? And that's going to be utilizing our local saltfish sauce, right? Alongside, we have some coconut bakes in the oven. We have some fried plantain to go along with it, right? We also have some wonderful fruit salad to go up because you gotta eat healthy. You gotta have that fruit every morning,
That's
right? And we have a variety of fruits that we grow here in Grenada, of course. So basically, what usually goes into our saltfish is a traditional dish. It's something that we grow up, we love. Whenever we go out in the morning time, we go to the beach, we have a family breakfast, we have a family function, whatever it may be, that saltfish sauce has to be there all the time. Okay?
Right. Well, I think that a great thing about the saltfish breakfast is that it doesn't have to be hot.
No,
right?
it does
you
not.
could just pack it in your picnic basket
Exactly.
and just go, or even make a little sandwich and just go with it. So
Exactly.
Go ahead. I know you don't need any help, so
yeah. Well, what we have here today, what usually goes into a proper Grenadian saltfish sauce, we have some fresh chives. We have some pimento peppers or local seasoning peppers. We have our bell peppers. We have our freshly chopped tomatoes. We have our onion. We have our if you
wow,
if you smell that, right, that shalabeni is wonderful, right?
Yes.
And if you don't know what our local shalabeni is, it's similar to cilantro, as most people might know it as, but that's our own version. We have shalabeni, right? We also have some fresh thyme that we're going to utilize also. That also goes into our saltfish sauce.
And I know you just came out of the garden and picked that.
Yes.
This is
right?
It's a beautiful table.
Yeah, truly a farm table. And the weather outside today is quite wonderful, right? So it's always beautiful and sunny here in the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, right? So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and add some of our chives.
Okay. So you're just mixing it all together.
Basically, you're mixing it all together, right? You're trying to get all that flavor to really pop and come out, right? Those colors, red, green, and yellow. Right?
Where have I seen that before?
Where have you seen that before, right? You always got to represent whenever you're cooking, right? So we have wonderful pimento peppers, right? We have our bell peppers, or chopped bell peppers. We're also going to add. And we just basically add in just about quarter cup of each item, right? All depends on how much saltfish you have. And what I did not talk about is we have our
well, not everybody knows how to prepare that saltfish.
Exactly.
If you can talk about the process of the saltfish.
Well, as you know, Grenada is basically an island. It's a very tropical island where we have a variety of fish that we catch on a daily basis, right? So what we usually do, we would just simply cure it in some salt, right, and put it out and dry it the natural way out in the sun. But after that process is complete and you actually go and buy a piece of that salted fish, what you usually do, you boil it in some water because you're trying to get that salt out of it, right? So you boil it in the water, right, and then if it is required, then you just boil it over again, and then you take off whatever scale or whatever excess bone that might be in the piece of fish, and then you simply shred it, right? And that will bring it to this, what you're seeing here right now.
You say shred it. Do you mean like pick it or?
Yeah, you pick it.
Okay.
Right, so you just simply pick the meat apart, right? So you have it nice and small, little nice bites like it is going into a certain. You don't want it to be too big, of course, right? So we're gonna add some of our local red cabbage.
Also, which are also wonderful vegetables. I know that you had to call up a lot of farmers today to make sure that you have the freshest ingredients, right?
Exactly, all the time. Right, and we have a wide variety of farmers here that we usually buy our product from, of course. So we're gonna add some tomatoes, right? We're gonna just add all of these ingredients, right? We have our shadow benny, right? We have our thyme, right? Utilizing all those nice fresh herbs that we have here to offer you right here in the spice isle of the Caribbean, Grenada, of course.
Ooh, and then just throw in
Just
the
add in
saltfish.
the saltfish, right? And what really truly brings all of these ingredients here together, right, is something that I'm going to show you in a short time. You also want to get your garlic to be freshly crushed
Okay.
to get that nice pop of flavor. Right, so you're gonna add just two cloves of garlic in there.
I'm gonna bring my mouthwash with me when I go to the beach, huh? And have this picnic.
Okay, so you're gonna basically add all of these ingredients here together. If you see
how beautiful that is
that wonderful color coming together, and it's something that we enjoy, and you can never get enough of it.
No, I know I can't. Oh. I'm looking
Right.
forward to it. And those bakes in the oven. Let me check the oven. Let me see. Okay. It's coming along great.
Very smell the aroma from that wonderful coconut bake. Right, so when they're gonna add just a pinch of black pepper. The reason why I'm not adding salt is because it is salt fish. It is salted fish, of course. So you're gonna have that little hint of salt from the fish itself. So you don't really want to add any more of salt to coconut oil. Fully organic, fully flavorful. It's healthy for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. It's good for your food. It's good for your. It's good for everything. It's good for everything, right? So we're just gonna add just about 3 tablespoons.
Oh, look at that already.
And you can smell the coconut oil already,
Right.
right? And once you add the coconut oil, you just simply bring everything together, and you can see that beautiful shine, right? And you can always just take a smell. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Well, if any of you, any other part of the world, other than the spice of the Caribbean, in America or the UK or Canada, you go to your local West Indian market, and that's where you'll find the salted fish. Okay.
Right. And if you look at that, just tell me you would not want to try this. Right. My mouth is so watering right now.
It's like a rainbow in your mouth.
Exactly, and I can't wait to try this. Alright? So basically that's our saltfish sauce. It's quite simple, as I say, right? It's easy to make. You can make it on the go. You can have everything prepped, as I already had it done right here. I have everything prepped even the night before, right? If you know you have to run out early in the morning time, it is a quite very much a go-to meal.
Okay, great.
Right? And with the coconut bakes, usually you could bake the coconut bakes the night before. You can, as you get up in the morning, throw it right there in the oven and enjoy yourself this sauce.
So, well, I know that I see something boiling over there. I don't know what's gonna.
Yes, what we're also gonna do for you, and it's something that we hold dear to our hearts here in Grenada, right? And that is our local cocoa tea, right? And basically, what we do, we have our locally grown cocoa that we have here in Grenada. We, after it is ready, we break up on the pods, we dry off the seeds, then we extract the coconut from that pod. And after we simply grind it down with some spices, we have some cinnamon, some nutmeg, some into those wonderful cocoa ball you see here right now. And what we usually do, we just add it into a pot.
Don't mind me. Over here, trying to taste.
Just simply add it into a pot of boiling water. And what I usually do is add, for every cocoa ball, I will add 2 cups of water. Right? So right now we have 8 cups of water there boiling, but we have full cocoa ball. You're just gonna add it in to a pot, right? And because it has already been grinded down with all of the spices, and so that you will need to actually give it that wonderful local flavor, right? I wouldn't need to add any more spices to it. So I'm just gonna let that boil there for until the cocoa has properly dissolved into the water, right? I'm just gonna give it a quick cover. I'm gonna let that sit there and we're gonna head over to Chef Belinda and see what she's about to prepare for us here right now.
Well, hello. Well, you know, we talked about Chef Miguel doing that traditional, authentic Canadian breakfast. And what I'm going to do today is to give others an alternative. It's also Grenadian inspired because obviously we're utilizing Grenadian ingredients. But these are ingredients also that you could find in the local market anywhere in the world. I am going to make a coconut French toast, a crispy coconut French toast. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to serve that with nutmeg syrup, of course. And you know, nutmeg is a staple right here in Grenada. So, of course, Miguel is a fantastic baker. And so we baked a fresh loaf of bread a few days ago. And now, sometimes you want to know what do you do with that bread if it becomes stale. This is a good option for you, okay? I don't like the ends, so I cut the ends off. I know that maybe Miguel likes them, but
I don't have them.
You like them? But I don't. So I cut the end off. I make sure I just cut a little bit. And then we're going to slice nice chunky pieces, right? Nice chunky pieces of bread. Okay? And I'm just going to let it sit for a few. All right? Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot of vegans out there. A lot of vegans don't know sometimes what can they have for breakfast. It's a little different. This is one of the items that I would recommend. Okay, we can also do this. Obviously, if you're not a vegan, you can do it also traditionally with the egg. So it's going to make French toast. And first and foremost, we're going to mix all of our ingredients together. Okay, I'm going to just set aside my bread here for just a minute. And I talked about the vegan options, right? Now, you can go buy in your local grocery store an egg replacer. Right? An egg replacer, and this is what I've done. You can find this in your local grocery store. And what it really is, it's a tapioca flour, potato flour, and they kind of mix it together to create a replacement for eggs. So those two things bind things together. So what I did, just in advance, we added some of that, and then we put it in our little bowl here, and we mix it up with some water. And so that's what I went ahead and did. And you make sure, look how thick it is. Oh, it's almost thicker than you would use for an egg. But if you were baking, this would kind of solidify your ingredients together with your flour and stuff. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to mix everything together in our bowl. And remember I said vegan, but also traditionally you can use coconut milk instead of milk. And so we're going to add our egg replacer. Let me just get my milk. We're going to add our egg replacer, a little bit of that. 1 tablespoon equals 1 egg. And so I have right here about 4 eggs. But we're going to add like 2 eggs. We're going to add a 1/4 cup maybe of our coconut milk. Okay, and we're going to mix it all up. Okay. Now, remember I told you we're, and Miguel told you we're in the spice aisle, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to add some cinnamon. Fantastic. Cinnamon to our mixture. And also, we're going to add some brown sugar. You can add white sugar if you like. I chose brown sugar because it has a little molasses in it, and we want that extra flavor. Okay, we'll just mix it all together. Nice. Look at that.
And Chef Belinda, what most people don't know is actually the origin of cinnamon, right?
Yes,
what does it come from? It's not a grain, it's not a leaf. It's actually the bark that is taken off a spice tree. Right? Mm-hmm. That's grown here in Grenada also. Right? So the bark we scrape off the peel, right? And then we take off the bark off of the stem of the spice tree. We dry it and then we grind it down. Or you could find it.
And this is what it looks like. Yeah,
this is what it looks like. So that brown color is actually a natural color after you take off that first layer of skin, and then you dry it. That's the color you get when you actually process it in the spice.
Mm-hmm. Right. I am. Let me smell that.
It smells wonderful.
Oh wow. Yes, that's it. Let me see. Let me just about. Oh, look, that's it. It's kind of, it's the same thing. So we're gonna just work from now on. We have our mixture now for our that we're gonna put our bread in. But before that, remember I said it's gonna be crispy. So okay, we're gonna use cornflakes. Everyone has cornflakes now. Yes, cornflakes is a popular thing. We're gonna put some cornflakes and some coconut flakes. I spent a lot of time today shredding this shredded coconut, and I would prefer the non-sweetened type, to be honest. So you can find that in your grocery store. Also, I like to use a baggie, but you also could just use, if you don't have a Ziploc bag, you can just take and just crunch all your these ingredients together, and this is what we're going to use as a topping for our French toast. And again, I mentioned you can make this two ways. Right now we're making vegan today, but you can, or instead of the egg replacement, you can use obviously 2 eggs, the same coconut milk, the same cinnamon, and mix it all, and the brown sugar, and mix them all together and get the same effect here. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is put some. I'll make it nice and easy for myself. I'm gonna put it in here in this square glass bowl so I can dip my bread in it. Okay, and in a few minutes we're gonna warm up our pan to be able to get things going. All right. Over. That'll be our egg pan for later, but we're gonna do this first. And now, as Miguel mentioned, we use a lot of coconut oil here, and I'm gonna use coconut oil today. Or you can use a non-stick pan also if you like. I've done this pan here, and I'm warming it up there so we can get started.
All right, and while Belinda is going ahead to crush her faces, favorite thing, right, with some coconut, right? I'm gonna just show you how our cocoa will look, right? Once it has fully dissolved, right, into the liquid, right, and you can already get the aroma of all those spices and stuff coming from that wonderful cocoa. And because we're doing basically most of the items that we're doing right now are vegan, and that's the healthier way to go. We're going to be using coconut milk, right, instead of regular condensed or regular milk to add to our cocoa. Right, so we just have about 1 cup of coconut milk here. We're going to add that in. And what most people don't know is that most vegans, they do not use honey, because honey is a byproduct of actual animal, which is actually bees, right? So we're gonna utilize some brown sugar, right? Because you don't want. They did say the cocoa is organic and it is not sweetened with any other products or so you can just add just about 3 heaped spoon of brown sugar. And we're just gonna sweeten that up. And there you have it. Our wonderful cocoa tea.
Oh, good.
Right? And especially if you're in a very cold region or so of the world, cocoa tea is something that it really warms you up inside. Warm feeling. I will not compare it to hot chocolate or something. I don't want to start a war, but it is my in the morning.
Well, Mine as well, because I absolutely love chocolate. And as you know, we're known here in the spice of the Caribbean for the best chocolates. And right now going on, I believe there's a Grenada Chocolate Festival. You, if you're not here now, you can also go virtually online and check it out. So, all right. I have my nutmeg. Look at that. One of the ingredients that we must add to our dish. Okay, and there we go. So we're gonna get started now and put our coconut oil in the pan because I want that coconut flavor. Remember I told you it was crispy? It was crispy coconut French toast. Okay, you're all ready? So it should be nice and hot right now. We warmed our pan, and I use a cast iron skillet because that holds the temperature and it cooks evenly. It has things cooking evenly. So that's what we. You smell that coconut oil? I just want to make sure this is not too high. Okay. And so, as I mentioned, these are thick pieces of bread. We're going to dip it. I let it soak in there for a few minutes because I cut it very thick, so it can just kind of absorb into our bread. And we made this bread obviously with no butter or anything like that. And then we're gonna bring it around there. So that's what it looks like, right? And then from there, we're gonna move it over into our mixture of coconut flakes and cornflakes. We're gonna make sure everything adheres to it very well, very nice, and come back, and then we're gonna dust off any extras. And we're gonna just put it inside our skillet. Hear that sizzle? And I'm liking the way it's sounding so far. So I'm gonna do all three pieces, and then later on, I know for a lot of you who are vegans, you might want something sweet, and this is a sweet treat that you also can have for dessert if you wanted to. All right, and you can add some vegan ice cream to it as well, or some sliced bananas or sliced fruit, which we're probably going to do today. There we go. I turned it down to make sure that it's not going to burn because obviously there's less moisture in the cornflakes and in the coconut, and so possible if it's too high, it can scorch. So there you have it. I'm looking forward to having some French toast today. Last night I was thinking, what am I going to do today? What am I going to make? And I was like, you know what I want? I want some French toast. And that's how it was born. I woke up this morning and I said, let me make sure that we are making something tasty for everyone. So, Chef Miguel, we're almost ready here. I'm going to flip it. Maybe we can give me this little assistance in flipping this first one.
No problem.
Hopefully we have a nice color on that. And you really have to watch the stove with the coconut oil because obviously the coconut oil is at a higher temperature. It kind of can possibly scorch your. So, Chef Miguel, I think the bakes might be ready, you know.
Yes, it is. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
Look at the color.
Wow. Coconut again, huh?
Coconut again. And coconut, it actually does help you lose weight, you know.
So they say.
Yes. right? But mainly we love to use coconut because the flavor profile of coconut is something that is very appealing, right? The flavor, that nice creamy texture, that little crunch.
Yes, well, I always say, whatever you put coconut in, it always tastes better, no matter what it is.
Yes, it does.
We have coconut in everything today. Coconut base, coconut in our milk in our coconut tea, and we have coconut flakes in our French toast. So the theme today is coconut, folks. So let's see.
Oh wow! If you smell that
The coconut,
flavor,
yes.
that cinnamon and that
That's
nutmeg.
I'm anxious and I'm ready. So maybe you can go ahead and get started with our plating over there for the while this cooks. We're about to cook, folks.
So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, we have our fresh coconut bacon we just got out of the oven, right? We have our nice caramelized fried sweet plantains, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna just gonna, and this is how you don't.
Oh, I just have my plate.
You just
I don't no.
right. So
Okay. Thank you. I'm ready.
right, we're gonna go ahead and just add 2 coconut bake, right? And then we're gonna have our saltfish sauce that has been marinated into that coconut oil. Smells so good. Oh wow, look at that.
Oh wow.
That's breakfast for you right there. Chef Belinda, you're gonna be having some saltfish sauce also?
Absolutely.
No, you can't resist.
I can't resist. You know that.
And having
Excellent,
all of the
excellent.
ingredients that are so fresh from the garden.
Let me taste it right now. Hold on. Hold on, waiting for my. Gosh, and warm bakes. Oh, delicious.
Thank you very much.
Delicious. Well done. Okay. Let's see what we have here.
So while Chef Belinda is finishing off on her items right now, I'm gonna go set the table, right?
Okay, setting the table. I love when men set the table. And I am going to utilize. Oh, actually, I don't have to. I don't have to cut it. I can actually just leave it whole, and then we add some powdered sugar. Of course, everything tastes better with powdered sugar, also, as well as coconut. All right. And remember what I told you about the nutmeg syrup? Look at that. Mondelez nutmeg syrup. And you can find that, it's a product of Grenada. And you can find that in the grocery store here. And we just drizzle that on top of our French toast.
I'm gonna go ahead and press out a wonderful cup of coconut tea.
Please do that. I think that we have some local fruits here that we made earlier. I think that would go really well with our French toast. And what we did was we just added and chopped some mint, which I got from the garden, here, and just mixed it all together, and we put it in our holy shell. That's what
Wow,
we
that
have.
looks so good.
Doesn't that look good?
Can I have all?
You may. And so this is a non-traditional dish that can be made a vegan style. It's our crispy coconut French toast. Well, it looks like the table's all set. I think we're gonna have to share this because
Yes,
I see a lot of
because I have to get a piece. I have to get a
Okay,
piece.
let's get started. Well, welcome. Have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
Please do. Okay. Well, I already got started, so.
Right, so we have our local, traditional, we have our local, contemporary, right? We hope to see you soon, right? Probably when you do get here, and I say when you do get here, I'll fix up a plate for yourself.
That's for Flavours of Grenada. And I know that you have to be, when you're fully vaccinated, you have to be quarantined for 2 days. And in those 2 days, we can bring you this delicious breakfast. Drop it off for you. So until later, till next time, thank you for joining us. Have a good day.